Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream Park. Ron Nicoletti here along with Samantha Perry. It is exactly 12 noon. We got a fast main track, but we got some news, Samantha. We're off the turf this afternoon. Had some rain earlier this morning, so races 4 and 6 were the two races carded for the turf. They will not be run on the grass.
Nope, they will not. And the beauty of the Tapitas, we didn't lose any horses out of those races. I think maybe just one. Not a lot of scratches on the card, not a lot for Pete Aiello to do after we're finished.
No, just a couple of scratches. It's amazing. You know, years ago there would be, well, you see it up in New York when it happens. The whole thing gets decimated. Not the case here. And most of the horses that were in the turf races were coming off races on the Tapitas, so you could figure that they were going to stay in. So the Rainbow Six, what do we got going on? We got
It starts anew.
Oh, that's right. We had the mandatory payout. That's right. So
yeah.
I said this 1,000 times over the years. The first day after it's been hit or mandatory, it usually gets hit again, and it's a square price, like 30, 40,000 in the pool. So make sure you look. And we got, of course, the pick fives this afternoon. And I guess Brian does on assignment today, but he did leave his pick five ticket.
Yeah, he always likes to leave a lot of tickets for us. It's
that's for sure.
It's like Christmas, and we'll take a look at it. Oh, just a $12 play. It's a decent one. You see he's got two different singles. He's singling in the opener. It's very early on, but one of the favorites on the betting board, and that is Any Moment. Race number 3. He's singling the 6 Mega making money. That's my best bet today. No opinion in race 4. I don't blame him there. Too deep in race 5. The Honeyman and Manhattan Boy.
Yeah, I like the Honeyman is my best bet this afternoon. So $12, very affordable, and he's going with Any Moment, who's going to debut for Eddie Plesa Jr. and lures the services of our leading rider, Edgar Zayas. That's probably one of the reasons he singled it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you have a video you want to show of Vuela Paloma.
Yeah.
This one is, I guess, a workout.
Yes, it is. From the OBS sale, this is where this filly worked 10 flat. She's quick. She doesn't have the longest legs, Ron, but look at how snappy she is.
Yeah. She's really moving along.
Yeah, she is. And this is a barn, the Gerald Bennett barn, who had a first-time out winner on Sunday during the mandatory rainbow.
Yeah, he does a good job.
He does.
Up there in Tampa, he does an excellent job. Always look for him. I did go with the number 7. Well, let's talk with you. Well, you went with that horse. I'm going to talk about my horse, Neodera, who's facing open competition today. After a solid debut against those state-bred runners in which he broke sharply from that tough inside post, always tough to run there. Duel for the lead, finished 3rd. I just think that the previous experience is why I hung my hat on the number 7, Neodera.
And this is such a better post than debut. That's so tough, like you said, from that one rail post. Oof, that's tough to debut.
And Andrea is a $105,000 daughter of 1,000 Words, debuting for Safi.
Yep.
You got to look right there with MSCL.
Yeah, you do. And, you know, if you want to read into jocks too much, you do see that Edgar, who is usually Safi's main guy, goes to this filly. She worked 9 and 4 at the sale. I thought that the other filly that we just showed you, the 4 Vuela Paloma, worked a little bit better, although it was, you know, 1/10 of a second of a difference. I think that 1,000 Words offspring have been 4 for 20 so far with first-time starters, and stakes winner Safi Joseph had that stakes winner.
That's
1,000
right.
Words. Yeah,
so we'll see how they run in the opener, but a bold single out, say, by Brian in his early pick 5 this afternoon. We're going to go to race number 2 today, and it's going to be 1 mile and 70 yards on the Tapita, and these are claimers, fillies, 3-year-olds, or fillies and heirs 4 and up, which have never won 3 races this afternoon. And Samantha, I think you have a pick 4?
I do. Yeah, we've got the early pick 4 that kicks off this race as well. It's a $12 play. I'm also singling Megan Making Money, returning to the dirt in race number 3. Race 4, my top pick is the 4 Digital Sale on top. And in race number 5, I do have the 4 Manhattan Boy on top. I'm using those same 2 horses as Brian there in race 5.
And that race 4, if you're not aware and just joined us, that's one of the 2 that moved from the turf to the Tapita. That's the 5 furlong sprint, that particular one. So who did you start it off with in race number 2?
I started off with the 7, My Royal Val. Oh, you good. We've got to just reversed here. But I think this mare on the class drop and going back to the Tapita is a good move.
Yeah, and we got a stat we want to show for David Fawkes with this particular move this afternoon, and let's see what it shows here. So let's see, turf to Tapeta. Hey, 11 for 45. That's solid.
Yeah, it really is. And this is a move that, you're kind of forced to do quite a bit here in the summertime, which is, you have to prepare for the summer rains that we get off the grass, but we've got the Tapeta here. I think this mare is really set up for a big brace today, especially with this post position.
The number 6, well, we got our exact, as you said, flip-flopped here. Sunroof is cutting back to the mile and 70 after parlaying that stalk and pounce trip into that 2 lifetime victory, going 8.5 furlongs on the Tapeta. It's Safi, it's Edgard, tackling the jump up to the next level. Tough to make that jump, but boy, these connections are good. So 6, 7, 7, 6, I think might be the right way to go in this race. We're going to flip the page and go to race number 3. We're going to be 6 furlongs. Now, we off the turf, but our main track is fast, as you can see on the board, if you are indeed watching us and not just listening to us. And 6 furlongs is a starter optional claimer, and I just think this horse can run well for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which just started for a claiming price. It's a condition claimer in here, and your best bet, right? Or making money.
Yep, and this filly, she's undefeated on the dirt track here. She's won across the sloppy track. She's won across a fast track, 2 for 2 here at Gulfstream, and then she returns to the dirt. I think she'll make it 3 for 3 today.
Yeah, for all the reasons you mentioned, Ron Coy, MSC Alharamid, the return to the dirt. Now, I know your video you wanted to show of East Wing, Kiki Love, and Sophia Storm.
Yeah, Sophia Storm is a nice mare. She's won 2 in a row, and thank you guys. Now, it's kind of the gang is all here in this spot, but I do like the fact that Sophia Storm, she snuck through the rail here to run a big race, Ron.
Yeah, she did. You always like to see horses. I love when horses do that. It means that they're your game, and certainly not afraid of the horses next to them.
No, and it was such a gutsy effort. You don't usually see that, especially with horses that are a little bit, I don't want to say the cheaper side, but on the lower level side, and she took off with authority. She's the next one.
Yeah, I think Sophia Storm is up there. And we had, basically, then you got the 2 or the 3. The 2 she's out of here is getting some major class relief in a first start back from the layoff. You got to watch the tote on that particular one because you don't know what you're going to get in that. But it looks like 4, 6, 6, 4 are the logical 2 in race number 3. With that said, we will take a very short break. And when we come back, we'll have my Rainbow 6 ticket.
And they're off.
Win big with new DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Ron and Samantha Bryan on assignment this afternoon, but as Samantha mentioned at the beginning, he always leaves a couple of tickets around, so we never really truly miss him in here. With that said, we're going to look at let's tell you what the 4th race is. It was originally scheduled for the turf, now to be running 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. These are maiden special weight runners. They're fillies, they're 2-year-olds, and boy, what a great race it is, whether it was on the turf or not. It was I think it was a little more harder to handicap, put it that way, when it was on the turf.
Agreed.
I think it's a little easier. Let's look at my ticket here, and it's $38.40.
All right.
And I went deep in there. Race number 5, as I mentioned, is my best bet, and that is the 2, the Honeyman. But the horse that you guys all have in second, I got in second and third. But I was taking a shot. Coverage in race number 6. That's that other one that went off the turf. 2 deep in race number 7. My top pick is the 8, unequivocally. In race number 8, I went 3 deep, but my top pick is the inside horse, a bit of a price, Talking Tipsy. And in the 9th race, just 2 for me. both of them a little bit of a price, and that is the 1 Chilling Factor and the 7 Twizzle. So I did the Twizzle because I like Twizzlers. I figured that horse was wrong. No, not just kidding there. And, this is a great race. I'm really interested to see how you put it together here to start it off.
Yeah, it's a puzzle, right? And
Yeah.
you said it. I think it makes it maybe a little easier, the fact that we're on the Tapeta, because a lot of these horses have the Tapeta works. There are 2 Joe Orsino horses. The 4 digital sale, I feel like is a filly that might just be a little bit better than the 3, but I'm like you. I use both of them in horizontals.
Yeah, she's the daughter of Lord Nelson, and she's got those nice works, as
Yes.
you mentioned. So I did go with The Beach Goes On, and her debuts on the Tapeta. Had an eventful debut from the rail in the mud. You pointed this out to me.
Yeah.
The jockey came out and hit the horse right-handed, and he went to the parking lot.
Yeah.
So I just thought, it's Jose D'Angelo, MCL Jaramillo, proved outside post this afternoon. I'm expecting this horse. They had some interest in it last time, never got a chance to run, so we'll see what happens with that one.
Yeah, well, she just took her own route there.
Yeah.
Going the other way. Yeah, but she's one that, and she took a little bit of money on debut. Jose D'Angelo is not the best with first-time starters,
Right.
but second time, much better.
And what about the number 5 I just wanted to mention? That's Bella Mendy. This is her daughter Mendelssohn, debuting for Victor Barboza. Maybe this one, the barn is going good. Not known for turf, so maybe he does better with the Tapeta this afternoon. But wide open, I got the 4, you got the 9 a little further down.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, kicks off the Rainbow 6 this afternoon. So lots of different ways to
Yeah.
go in here. With that said, we will turn the page, which we all want to do, to get to race number 5. And race number 5 is going to be 1 mile and 70 yards on the Tapeta. It's a starter optional claimer. And these are 3-year-olds and straight 3-year-olds in here. In what month is this? It's July. Still straight 3-year-olds. Okay, we'll go with that. Now, you have a late pick 5, I believe.
I do, yep. And it's a tricky race to start things off. You've got your single here. I'm going to use your single, but I'm also going to use Manhattan Boy as well. Race 6, I had to spread here. I do have the 2 Starship Boeing on top. Race 7, there's another single unequivocally. I think that this colt back in this group fits quite well here. Race 8, the 4 on top, that is Drum Roll for Dave Fox. And in race 9, the finale, Chilling Factor with the blinkers off for David Fisher.
So you used that horse too for me. See, that's what I was saying, 5-1 on the morning line. And
Yeah.
6 and 7, I think those are good prices.
Yeah.
That might help everything play pretty nicely in here. With that said, the Honeyman, I'll kick it off because it is my single. He's turning back slightly after posting those back-to-back victories. It was against the same level of competition, going a mile into 16th on the Tapeta for Jose D'Angelo. Lionel Reyes, really consistent son of Summerfront. So
Yeah.
that was my angle. I had to find somebody, and I can understand using Manhattan Boy too, but
Yeah, well, let's look at the replay of the
That's
Honeyman
right, yeah.
because it was a big effort, and I don't blame you for singling here. Magic Shadow and Heathcliff were also in this race, and I'm gonna fade both of these. You faded them today too, and so did Brian. I just think that these two, they did hard work on the front end, but the Honeyman was just too good.
yeah.
Very good.
Very good. And I just thought off that performance, and the barn has been going so great. And you want to make those tickets affordable, the Rainbow, little pick 5, you got to take a shot, maybe single somewhere. And this proved to me that's exactly what you should do in this spot. So we are certainly interested in that number 2, the Honeyman. Now, what about the number 4, Manhattan Boys, giving all-weather surface another try after that consistent 2-race campaign against claimers, going around 2 turns on the turf.
I think that this horse going to try 2 turns on the Tapeta will be a bit of a form reversal here, because obviously you look at this horse's form, the 2 turns on the grass has hit him between the eyeballs fine, but he's never been 2 turns on the Tapeta. I think this is the spot for him today.
Yeah, and this race was originally carded for the Tapeta. It's not like he, went to the Tapeta and he wanted to run him there. And I had some interest in the number 5 horse in here, Yao, I think it's pronounced. We'll have to check with Pete on that. Has its claiming tag sliced in half after failing to manage the jump up to the 50 starter optional claimers last time. Lightly raced 3-year-old that defeated older maidens to break its maiden 2 starts back. So maybe this one will run well. So straight 3-year-olds this
I
afternoon.
think so, yeah, like you said.
See how that goes. Well, with that said, let's go to race number 6. And this one, as I mentioned, was originally carded for the turf. Now to be run at 1 mile and 16th, the same distance on the Tapeta. And these are maidens and fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. And we did have a scratch, and you didn't hear us say that a lot as far as scratches go.
No.
The number 7, Pharaoh's favorite. And I know that you got a late pick 4 ticket, then you got a couple of videos you want to show.
Yeah, we'll show Brian's late pick 4 here. We'll see what he put together. An $18 play. He's singling the 8 unequivocally as well. That's my single, race number 8. He's using a few of them. He's got the 4 drum roll, the 3 fulminate in there as well, and O'Darlin, who's coming off of a big win for Happy Altar. And in race 9, the 4 Field of Blossoms for Bobby DeBona, the 6 Bonnie Sandra, and the 7 Twizzle. Got your Twizzler horse.
Dwight Puckett is the trainer of Twizzle. And as I mentioned, this one on the Tapeta with the scratch of the number 7. And your top pick is Starship Boeing. And I know you have a replay you want to show.
Yeah, let's take a look at it here. And this is on the grass.
Right.
Okay, we'll show Tap My Bell first. Okay.
Oh, show Tap My Bell? Okay.
We'll show
We can
Tap
do
My
that.
Bell first.
We can
Yeah,
do that.
we can do that. Now, Tap My Bell, this was a race, this was a tricky race, Ron, because I was trying to find replays of these horses on the grass, but most of them were the Tapeta horses.
Right.
Tap My Bell ran well here. I kind of felt like this was an effort that it was just getting her still figuring things out. That was her first time going 2 turns. She, since this race, has had a race on the Tapeta and ran even better. So I think this flatters her quite a bit, getting to switch to the Tapeta.
Yeah, so absolutely, I think she can run well and have it. Here's my long shot today. I sort of wish I kept it up, but I sort of wish it was going to be on the turf. But before that, let's show Starship Boeing your top pick. Now that we got the races replays in order. There you go.
Yeah, this was last year. This horse has not been seen since this race. This was a very wide, far turn move by Starship Boeing. Ran really well here, though, Ron.
Yeah, this was my pick that day.
It was, that's right.
The pick. And you know what? This horse last year came off a 364-day layoff to run well here. Comes off long layoffs, and this barn is sharp.
Very.
Having those horses come off long layoffs, and, on the turf, on the Tapeta, I think that's a major player in here, and I had to use it, too. And Sonny Leona topped that daughter of American Pharaoh. I went with Venus the Queen, who, gets the blinkers removed, gets the Lasix back. I'm going to key off a race when last seen this daughter, Vina Rosso, was 5th behind the trio of next out winners. So it was a really good race on the Tapeta, and it was during the championship meet. So I was looking for a little bit of a price in there, and I just thought, ran well on the turf, ran even better against tougher on the Tapeta.
Yeah.
So maybe I can get a little bit of a price. I like the blinkers off, and I like the Lasix returning.
Yeah, this is big moves here, and you can expect that the group she's facing here is nothing like she has been.
Right. And anytime you see the championship meet, December to April, you got to give them a second look when they're running this time of the year. And then you got the horse I thought was the one to beat, and it's No Mo Candy, who's an $80,000 daughter of Uncle Mo, debuting after coming within the neck, breaking her maiden. Where? On the Tapeta. Uncle Mo's $80,000. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Her stablemate defeated her as well. So now she gets Edgar Zayas. You think that she would be in sharper form today. It's hard to debut going 2 turns.
Yeah, we'll see how that runs. So that race off the turf is still very, very interesting.
Tricky,
It kicks off that late pick 4. Race number 7, we're back on the fast main track, and this one is going to be at 6 furlongs, and it is a claiming event for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races in life. And everybody's going to have to, unequivocally, they're going to carry the 3 of us home. So both of you singled. I used another horse, but let's show that replay.
Yeah, let's do it because, hey, this is not set in stone here with unequivocally. He is the most likely winner. Now, this is in one of the overnight stakes that we had ran here, and this was a huge effort. He was in front the whole way around. And he just was beat by a better horse. Frankie's Empire is a stakes winner. And this horse just got a little bit tired. His stablemate there was the 7 running on late. This horse cutting back now 1 furlong. This was going 7 you'd think he should be down the road.
Yeah, and he was 17-1 that day because he was facing stakes quality
Exactly,
horses,
yeah.
so you could understand that. Other horses you might want to use as lace-up has been training forwardly, really, in preparation for his first start since finishing in that distant fourth against 35 claimers, going 6 during the tough championship meet.
Yeah.
There it is. And David Fawkes, he's 4 for 8, 50% with the longer than 180-day layoff.
Wow.
So play the percentages there, with that. And Miguel
Pretty good.
Vasquez in the saddle. You did go to the inside horse. Jive.
That was good. Woo. Can't let you stay out too late here. Yeah, it drops in class. That's big here because this horse has just been in stakes company in his last 4 starts.
Right.
So this is a huge class relief.
Yeah, G should run well in that spot. I had him a little further down on the ticket. We got the same super thereabouts, and unequivocally is going to have to do some serious running to get all of our tickets to stay alive. We got 2 more to talk about here, so let's go to race number 8. And this race number 8 is an allowance optional claimer, and it's for this one is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. And once again, no scratches. We have 2 scratches on the whole card, despite the fact that we're off the turf. It's amazing. We got a video you want to show. I know you got drum roll right on top.
I do, yeah. We'll look at the replay. This is Oh Darlin', Choose Joy, and Drum Roll here. Oh Darlin' was very impressive here for Happy Altar, but I liked the way Drum Roll ran a little bit better. I just feel like Drum Roll kind of had to do a little bit maybe harder work than Oh Darlin' did, and that he paid the price for it, or she paid the price for it a little bit late. Choose Joy, I don't want any part of.
Yeah, Choose Joy, just, it's an absolute class of the field when it was on
Yes.
again, but that doesn't seem to be getting it done the
Right.
last few starts. With that said, that's why I did go with the number 1 Talking Tipsy, who breaks from the rail after using her tactical speed last time out. She defeated a pair of next out winners in that race, going 5 on the Tapeta. She steps up looking to steal this race. I think she's the speed in there.
Yeah.
And Happy Altar, that's how he trains. He trains for speed. I just think this horse, and I respect it more because a couple of horses came out and win, so I'm taking a shot with that. The drum roll is the one that might cost me because I should have had this one a little further up and didn't do it, and
Yeah.
we'll see how that works out. And then Choose Joy, the obvious class, just hasn't been the same Choose Joy lately.
No, not really. The last win was December 3rd, and that was a competitive race during the championship meet, but I wonder where her form is now, and it's almost like she needs 6 furlongs, and we don't run that on the Tapeta or the grass here, so I think she's kind of restricted in her options.
I misspoke. Talking Tipsy is Jimmy Gullick. Oh Darlin' is Happy. The second I got him in second. I misspoke on the trainer there because I'm old, I guess. I don't know. But I got the right horses in the right order and everything. Don't be jumping on me already now. Let's go to the final race on the card. 6.5 furlongs fast, main track, and it's fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. And once again, no scratches or jockey changes to let you know about. And we both have chilling factor, and I like the fact that this horse is sitting there at 5-1 on the morning line.
Yeah, I am too. I guess you and I. This is my long shot. It's going to be an average shot.
Yeah, I think
5-1. Hey, she's trying something that she has only done once, which is the dirt track, and it was a long time ago. Well, it was last December, but still, that was going 2 turns at Tampa. Now I'm going to cut back to the 1-turn distance. Well, let's be honest, Ron. This is not a strong race.
No, it's not a strong race, and they're going to take the blinkers off this afternoon and trying everything. They're throwing the kitchen sink to see if this horse will run well in there. And the 7 horse Twizzle is 9-2 on the board, and you also have that horse in second. And I thought this horse is dropping to the 8 level after showing speed against better last out.
Yes, definitely, way better. And this is a filly that. Is she the lone speed? She looks like she might be able to get loose in here. I don't know.
Yeah, she could definitely do it. And then you got we have the same exact super. Bonnie Sandra is hoping to find more from an improved post after even performance from the rail. And not really, I wrote in my analysis, good luck in the nightcap. This is a tough one. This
It's
is
so tough. I'm surprised we have them all in the same order.
It always happens that way, too.
Yeah,
You think no one's going to pick anything like I'm thinking about in this last race.
Yeah.
And certainly it usually comes up that we're exactly the same. I don't know what Brian had on top.
He picked Field of Blossoms, I know. Well, he had the horse in there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
She hasn't done any running in her last 2 starts.
Oh, he loves that Bobby DeBona.
He does, yep, he does.
We're not quite done yet. We're going to show you the lightning round, and then we'll be done.
Yeah, we will. And as we started off every week, Ron, the standings. So we'll take a look at what's going on in the leaderboard right now. This very competitive Royal Palm meet, but Edgar Zayas, woo.
Yeah, he's got 90, but look how close it is to the other guys.
Yeah, this is the podium is going to be an interesting race down to the end of it here, but Edgar Zayas has just asserted himself in this jockey colony.
And he's been going away some weekends to
Yeah.
ride. He was in Canada last weekend, so besides that fact, he's doing exceptionally well with
Yep.
90 wins. That's pretty darn good. So what's going on with the trainers?
Yeah, we'll take a look at that here. It should be Safi, and there you have it.
Safi, and once again, like you said, the podium's going to be tough underneath
It will.
Safi, and of course you expect that. Safi just has so many different horses that fit these races perfectly.
Yep.
But Jose D'Angelo's doing really well, and Victor Barboza Jr. from not being around in the winter comes
Yeah.
back and is winning at a really good percentage. He didn't start as many as Safi.
Yeah, exactly. And he's got horses other places as well, so that's a good sign that he's still on the board.
What else we got?
Well, this Saturday we've got tacos and tequila tomorrow. Yeah, so if we can't find Ron, we know where you'll be. So get your tickets if you haven't already. That will be up in the Flamingo Room.
Well, I do this as a service for everybody. I want to go
Oh,
up and
yeah.
make sure everything tastes good, and and before anybody tries it, so I get to check it out.
There you go, yeah,
That's
you-
always a lot of fun, and if you come, it is jammed, and people are having a
It
ball
is.
up there.
Yeah, it is always fun. So come spend the Saturday with us because big racing here tomorrow, but also in Saratoga, Ron, we've got the Florida Derby winner, Fierceness, making his first start since the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, Fierceness, you can see, he's, he didn't run that well in the Kentucky Derby, but, he was entered last week at Monmouth, and they decided to run him, Jim Dandy.
Yep.
I can't wait to see him come back. He's supposedly doing very well in the morning.
It's a tough race. He's the post 6, Sierra Leone is post 1.
Right.
It'll be a very interesting race. Did you like him? Did you pick him?
I didn't pick him yet because I didn't have to do the selections.
Okay.
ahead
I
of
picked
time.
Sierra
You
Leone,
did,
but that's, yeah.
Just that action always. He runs exceptionally well, but he's got
Does.
that paddling
It's interesting,
action,
yeah.
So but I don't know on the inside. Maybe just keep him on the inside. We'll see. I love
see.
it. It's a great race to bet along with all our races here. So, of course, we got the greatest simulcast center, Silks.
We do.
Come in. You can watch all the Saratoga races throughout the summer. Your best bet today?
Megan making money for me.
Megan making money,
Yeah.
and mine is in race number 5, and it is the 2, the Honeyman, and you're a long shot today.
It's in the last race.
That the one horse Chilling Factor,
yeah.
and I've got that one in race number 6, and 20-1 in the morning
All
on
right.
Vino for the Queen, but I don't know if it'll be 20-1 today with the move
Off
to
the grass.
Off the grass.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to find some long shot in there so Brian wouldn't pick on me. So that's how we see the 9-race card. It's a fast main track. Sorry to say we're off the turf for a couple of races today, but no scratches. Pete Aiello is going to give back half his money today because he doesn't have a lot to do, just a couple of scratches. So we'll be back in a few minutes.